first I want to thank you for getting together with me today. Now, we may or may not be able to help you with anything, but I'm going to go over the areas that we work in, such as increasing your cash flow, decreasing your expenses, and reducing your taxes. We also specialize in life insurance and annuities, and these could literally shave years off of your retirement date, okay? So, but today, there's nothing to buy, and you can sit back and relax, and if there's something here that interests you, we can meet at a later date, okay? This is going to be great. This is going to be fun. Okay, Federal Financial Group is a national company, and it represents several insurance companies and other financial institutions. Some have billions of dollars in assets, and some have been in business for hundreds of years. Okay, but what we do is we teach people about money, how it works, and how to have it work better for you. And our goal is really only one thing: to help you become more financially independent. Okay, so what that means is that when the money that your nest egg is earning is making more than what you're making from this job here, then it's over. You can do what you want, when you want. That is true financial independence, okay? And so, wouldn't you like to know how to get there sooner? Yeah, that's where I'm headed. Okay. But there's some challenges, and I'm going to go over a few of those, and then we'll look at the solutions. But take incomes in the last 10 years. Yeah, they've gone up, but think about it. So has inflation. The cost of goods and services, a lot higher. And then, people pull out the plastic, something happens, and, transmission breaks or whatever, and they run to their credit cards, and they get into debt, and, poor spending habits, poor saving habits ensue, and it's a big problem. Okay, and we're going to go over the solutions in a minute here. But if you were to take 100 people retiring today at 65 years old, how many of those 100 would you say, in your opinion, are financially secure? How many have at least $35,000 a year to their name to live off of comfortably, or yeah, not many, right? 10 is pretty close. It's really only four out of 100 today. So that means, what are the other 96 doing? Yeah, they're either living with their family, living off the government, or they're still working. Look at Walmart. I mean, you've seen the greeters there, right? Yeah, I know. And so, I was at lunch at Taco Bell last week, and I remember I was sitting there having my $7 burrito, and I noticed a gal, and she was wiping down the table. She worked there. She was old, man. She was gray, all gray. So I know she was at least 15 or 20 years older than me. And I got up and left, to go toss my trash and leave. And as I walked by, she had this little gizmo, and she was down on one knee, and she was digging crud or gum or some gook out of the tile. I thought to myself, whoa, she's out of money. So that's the problem. Okay, now here are some solutions, okay? Now in FFG, we work with key areas involving these 7 steps, okay? And our goal is to just get you to, financial independence as quickly as possible, okay? And I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, and if there's an area that really if your ears kind of perk up and it's kind of interesting to you, and you want to know more, I can make some notes and we can talk about it, and we'll make a plan of attack, okay? But for now, we'll just start through with step 1, inspect what you expect. Now, this is important because think about it. If you're going to become financially independent, retire sooner than later, where's your money going? So tracking is important. So you really want to know what you're spending your money on. You have to think about that at some point. Like, are you blowing it? Is there too much going out on frivolous? But tracking, you'll be able to find that out. And maybe you can find an extra couple $100 that, put down on something else that's paying off debt, or, getting you to your goals, your financial dreams quicker. So tracking is definitely important. Step 2 is increasing your cash flow. Now, what is your definition of cash flow? Okay, that's good. Now, that's very close to what I call cash flow. My definition is after all the income goes in and you pay all the bills and all the expenses, what's left? okay? Now, here's another question for you. At the end of the year, are you paying the government or are you getting a tax refund? Oh, really? So how much are you getting back? Oh, about, okay, a couple thousand. Okay. Well, my point here being that last week when I met with a gentleman, he also was getting a big refund. He was getting about $3,000. He said every year like clockwork, between $2,800 and $3,000. And I thought to myself, ooh, that's like $250 a month. So I shared. Here's what I shared with him. I said, "You mean you're giving the government your money all year, and they're giving it back to you with 0% interest?" And his eyes kind of opened, and he thought, "Oh yeah." So what he's going to do now is visit with his CPA tax guy and figure out how to reduce, how to get that cash flow on his paycheck every 2 weeks by increasing his number of deductions, right, at work on his pay. So that's what he's going to do. So that's step 2. Step 3 is eliminate debt. Now this is really cool because we have this software, and actually the debt eliminator can actually tell you, if you plug in your mortgage and your car payment, your credit cards and that sort of thing, what bills to pay in what order, to the goal being to get you out of debt quicker. And here you can shave years off of your debts. And what you want to do then is, if you look at this picture here, what they've done is after 13 years and being totally out of debt, they've taken that extra cash and put it into their own fund, and here it's growing like this so that they can get to their retirement sooner. So now step 4, this is big too. This is developing an emergency fund. Because let's just say the transmission breaks, right? $2,000, $2,500, whatever. You're going to go put it on plastic, or do you have funds set aside for these everyday emergencies? Now there's 4 factors that you have to keep in mind about this fund, okay? It should be in a safe place. It should be separate from your checking account and earning a little better interest rate. And it should be completely liquid. And you know what? It should be systematic. You should be putting the money in 25, 50, whatever you can, on a systematic basis, and building that up till you have enough in there that's sufficient to pay for these necessities when they come up. And 5 is protect what you have. And here, we've all seen it. It's actually quite sad. Something happens to dad, here's a family with 2 or 3 kids, and all of a sudden mom's left. Tragedy strikes, and, he's gone, and so is his income. So, having enough protection against that that potential, earnings of his over time, the life insurance is a key ingredient here to helping this situation. And we do it different at FFG. We actually look at how much you need